Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening depending on, is that good? Yeah, somewhere around there. Good depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday, welcome back, fresh brand new stream. I am here, I'm Hazel. Nice to meet you. I have a kitty cat who may or may not come up on my lap. And I have my mane. And I'm thinking about what I want to do today because I need 9 more myth crests in order to get my weapon, which is crafted at 259, upgraded to out the wazoo, whatever myth upgrades are. And I could there's a couple of ways I could go about doing that. My thinking is I kind of would like to have it done before the weekend, before tomorrow, because I'm doing keys with my friends tomorrow. And while I could get crests from those keys, I'm not gonna, like, realistically stop our group so I can get my staff recrafted. So it would be nice if I could have it done ahead of time so I could be more powerful for keys and stuff. Recraft dangerous right now. I'm hoping they fix it. I guess that is a good point. Maybe I shouldn't be in too big of a hurry. Delves are a possibility, but the thing with delves is that I would need to get my delve to level... Oh, wait, no, I wouldn't. I'm done. I thought I was a delve level behind. I think I'm actually okay. Yeah, I could just do delves. I thought I was still at level 3. I was like, I would need to do a bunch of delves to get to level 4 and then do 11s to get my stuff. But apparently that is not necessarily the case. Apparently I'm already there. So we could do that. Another thing I could do would be just to, like, try a key. Like, I know I haven't pugged keys. I know I'm always saying, oh, I don't pug keys, but I could try and pug a key. Especially because you get myth crest from 9 and up, at least according to the currency panel. And I would probably get some good score from it if I found one on this half of the screen. I haven't had any trouble with 10 so far, but I'm running with a pretty good group, so I could be just getting my buns carried. What up, Poison Toady? Thank you very much for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it. What's broken with Recraft? There are reports. Let me pull up the Wowhead article. Let me pull this up and see if there's like a note about them having fixed it or anything. Because yeah, it would suck to commit a bunch of myth crests and then have it not work. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got our new Twitch drop live today. Delve Journey capped at 4. Well, so we're all caught up, so I don't need to grind my Delve Journey then. Where is it? Where is it? I saw the other night. There we go. Yeah, 2 days ago. So it's a 2-day-old article. And warning: recrafting items has a chance to lose your crests. Multiple players have reported recrafting can cause you to lose your 80 crest. Be careful, you may want to avoid recrafting until it's fixed. Seems to be a critical bug. Normally when this kind of thing gets fixed, Wowhead will kind of like update the article. You can't rely on that. It's really no way of knowing if this is fixed or not. Especially if it's a bug that's not like happening 100% of the time. Even somebody that got them from, like, how to recraft work fine, it doesn't necessarily disprove it, which is annoying. Do you want down, kitty? Are you all done with visiting already? I did hard mode Neleus yesterday on stream. That's how I got my title that I'm rocking right now. I am the Ominous right now. You can see the Ominous. Key's super fun. I've been pugging. I've yet to fail one. Yeah, so... Well, now I don't know. I forgot about the bug. Now I don't know what I want to do. Now I've got options. Nice, grats, thank you. Risked it. Recrafted for my mythic weapon. Nice. Put red text at the top means it still isn't confirmed fixed. At least not by Wowhead. It's annoying because 259 is not as big as it would get. And if I'm not doing it right away, then I don't need to worry about it. Because I'm going to get myth crest when I do keys tomorrow night. It's just a question of if I want to try and craft before then. Which, if everything was working correctly, I would love to. But in the absence of that, maybe we don't bother. How was raid last night? It was decent. We got Chimeras down. We did heroic Chimeras. That was progression. That was new. He was a little spicy. He was alright. We worked on Twin Dragons. We got him to maybe half or so, and then we decided to call it early because it wasn't really, we weren't really getting anywhere. We were kind of hard stuck in the same spot, and we're just going to try it next week with more gear. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing? So, I gotta think. I mean, I could still do any of this and just not recraft the weapon. We could pug a key. I could do delves. I could do an 11 delve, especially now that I am at a high enough, now that I have, what do they say? Myth crest from my gilded stash. We could do that. We could do alt delves in gearing. I wasn't finished yet getting my alt keys and doing alt delves yet. So that was a possibility, just to get some more champion loot on my hunter ficus. I don't know. Yeah, wouldn't feel comfortable crafting. Yeah, 80 myth crest is a little bit too juicy to risk it. If it was something that was like more easily replaceable, I probably would just send it and YOLO, but I don't know about that. Nice, I can immediately start chatting. Hello. Finally woke up early enough to catch you live. Good morning. Watched your VOD. What the heck is that Nalea's fight? Yeah, I don't know. It's not hard. Apparently, if you try it as a tank spec, it's harder. That was what I was hearing from my friends, was that his abilities are tuned differently for different specs, and if you're tank, his tank buster actually smokes and makes the fight a lot more difficult. You'd be better off just doing it as a DPS. You woke up early enough. Different people live in different time zones. Perhaps this person's from Australia. That is absurd. Yeah. The clock goes all the way around the world. Did it as Guardian Druid. If you don't have a CD for most tank busters, you die. Yeah, it seems... Also, you get this cool mount for it. Seems, just wonky if it's that much harder as, like, a given... Like, especially as tank spec. I don't know. Strange. Oh, you know what else I got yesterday that I don't think I showed off on stream before I left, but I did manage to purchase it. I got my first prey mount. I am Prey Journey 5. I saved up the Anguish, and I bought it. Look at that. Woo! Pacific Northwest, just work late. Only 9:12 a.m. for me. Yeah, that's what it is for me too. On the topic of time, I do need to leave like 15 minutes early today out of a 3-hour stream, just because we got to get ready to go somewhere. So pretty, like how the mount spins. I think so much love went into these new mana worms. I think the pets look great, the hunter pets look great, the mobs look great. It's just an awesome model. It's so satisfying. The effects on it blend really nicely, like the aura over top of the worm and then the worm itself. It's not super clunky like sometimes they are. How dare you leave early? Yeah, I had to run it by my boss, but I think she's gonna let me off the hook. Now it's so crisp. The coloration of the one that is rare. Went and tamed it right away in my hunter. Nice. Okay. Hazel, what do you want to do? I have one key. I guess I could just do an 11. Just to get some myth crests, because I have one key left. I don't want to do any non-bountiful delves, but I have one key left to do a bountiful. Are any of these a story that I need? Gravitational effect. Nope, I don't need that one. I have all of those. I have all of those. I need this one. Alright, Shadow Enclave, Shadowy Supplies. We're gonna try it on an 11? Well, we're gonna do it. I believe myself. We can do this. It might take a minute, but we're gonna do it. We're heading... which way? This way. How was raid this week? It was pretty good. It's funny having the contrast between keys being much easier than I expected, and then raid being much harder than I expected. Not so much in that, like, it's impossible to understand stuff, but just, like, progression and tuning and stuff feels pretty beefy compared to what I guess expected going in. I kind of figured it would fall over a little faster, especially with how much gear we've been able to squeeze out ahead of Raid because of the long preseason and because of things like Prey and Delves and whatever. Mythic Zero's splurting out champion gear. But it's holding up. It hasn't fallen over yet. What boss are we on? So if we killed one in there, yeah. So we're 4 out of 7 because we've got 3 more left to go. These guys are gonna wall us for a while, I think, on heroic. I'll try it again. Try it again next week. Did you ask your stream manager she enjoys your office time? She's why we have to go. She's heading to the vet for just her injection. She's got a little quickie appointment. So we're gonna do this on an 11. This is my first 11. Okay, so you can loot 4 gilded stashes a week. Can you get myth crest 4 times a week? How many myth crests can you get from this? I guess if I don't need... In previous seasons, I have on occasion... Am I in my Dell spec? I am. I have, in the past, not fully upgraded the myth gear that I got out of my vault because I just stopped doing keys and did not have any crest to upgrade it with, so... I feel like 4 is more than it used to be. I could have sworn it used to be 3. Morning. Good morning, Timmy. How you doing today? Dragon's bit of a wall for some groups. Yeah, they were hard for us on normal, to be honest. It took us a while to nail down. It wasn't until heroic that we really got the hang of, why is my food buff not kicking in? I swear I'm eating. Maybe I'm not eating. It took us a while to nail down the positioning for the Dread Breath. We had some disasters on normal, and then in heroic we really couldn't get away with it anymore. I am not getting this food buff. There it is. Okay. Raid seems rough on tanks. Yeah, it is. It is a little bit. I'd agree with that. Do I want to use a haste flask? Sure, why not? What's gold for? And then I still have my Phoenix oil, and we got some potions, so that's all good. Valera's healing. Am I worried about her? I don't even know what good curios are. Here, I won't worry about the loot raider. It's gonna confuse me. Every fight is a tank fight. I'm loving it as DPS. Yeah. I'm lucky in that my raid group just has like really responsible tanks that are like super on top of it. We just need to get maybe a little bit more gear for them. And then we're all set. More TikTok time mid-boss fight. Oh no. I can't judge, but oh no. Not good. Oh, like the nether Chris, the overflowing something. You made the double question mark look so easy. I tried. Did damage to me. Item level is 254-ish. Inksy is tough. Aw, that's sweet of you. I am pretty tough. Valera's heals help a decent amount. Gave up after he killed me like 4 times. What spec are you playing? I'm gonna do this delve and it's gonna take me like 45 minutes and I have made my peace with that. This is my first 11. I don't wanna be risking a whole lot here. Meow. 5 myth crest. Okay, so you can get 20 weekly if you can get them 4 times a week. Accurate, correct? So 4 out of my 6 weekly keys are gonna be 11s. I don't love that. Are you rank 4? I am, yes. I am rank 4. Yes. Devour, still squishy. Had Valerian heals, thought it'd be chill. Interrupted one shot, but he just double taps me. Yeah. I figured I would. I always figure I'm the squishiest. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not the squishiest. I do have fort. I do give myself my fort buff. That's 5% extra stamina. That's health I get to keep. Heard Devour squishy about, yeah. I was definitely rolling my mini defensive. Fade is a 20-second cooldown, and it's a 10% damage reduction for 10 seconds. You can have like 50% uptime on your DR. So I tried to have basically as much of that as I could remember to press. Am I getting these? I am getting these. That's good. I don't know if I walked through them all up top because I don't know if I knew what they were. I don't think I need to go back. I think we're fine. They'll give us extra anyway. Let's grab this, and then like this pack here. And see if we can do some actual AoE. Without, death, you know. Speaking of 10% damage reduction. Scaling seems scuffed for 2-man delves. Like they're harder than they should be? Or the other way around? I don't think I've tried a 2-man delve since I finished leveling. I did some 2-mans just like while leveling alts with Flabby, but I've been soloing all of these ones harder. Yeah, that could be. Devil on my shoulders. It's like, well, it's either that or one of the two of you is not performing as well as you want to be. But it's probably the scaling. Did one of the first week, it was way harder. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of gray trash items that have really gross names this expansion. Your digested human hand and your fetid eye and stuff like that. And every now and then in Raid, Flabby will run up to me and he'll just trade one of them to me. And I just keep taking it because it's faster than not. And I keep trying to keep a lookout for like a gross one to give back to him so that I'm also playing the game. But I keep auto-vendoring them. They keep, all my digested human hands are just passing on to the vendors that are paying me. How much did they pay? 2 gold and 11 silver is the going rate for a digested human hand. Wow, vendors will really buy anything. Hey Hazel, happy I caught you streaming. Hi, Silent Stormanac. Stormornac, that's the one. How you doing today? Happy Friday. A little more coffee to get through. I am happy that I found a delve story that I needed. I'm working my way through Delve Lore Master. Gildy trades me a sinister squashling every raid. Imagine with all those abominations around, spare limbs are useful. True. I don't think I'm gonna double pull the Nemesis pack. Nemesis packs kind of suck. You never know when that will come in handy. I love a good dumb pun. I upset my friends with them all the time. We were having a good, Carbon's got a good pun culture. We were having I was talking about how somebody could use their gnome racial to get out of something because I moused over their frame. I saw they were a gnome, but they were just like transformed into one. They're like, nah, I'm not a gnome. And then Flabby's like, I'm a gnome. And I said, gnome, you're not. And I'm just happy they didn't leave the key. We're heading this way. If Flappy was a gnome, I would gnome about it. I'm very dumb. It's gonna be one of those days. Cold out still. It was cold, it was snowing a tiny bit. Spring is sure taking its sweet time around here. Nightbird, thank you for the 4-month resub. Appreciate it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Way too cold out here. Yeah, I was pretty proud of it. You don't always come up with the snappy pun, like, in the moment. Half the time they arrive way too late, and then the moment's over, and it's just a waste. So whenever you get one, like, in time to say it, it's satisfying. Cozy work from home day. Nice. All the blankets. I've got my heated blanket. I've been fighting this guy for so long. I feel like I should name him. I think we're friends. Our Our friendship started off kind of rough, but I feel like it's getting somewhere. We've had a heat wave here. High 80s next week. Happy we expect rain. Low 70s. That'll be a relief. I was talking with a friend who lives in one of the hotter states. And he was talking about how he has to water his house to keep it from drying out so much that it pulls away from the foundation. And I thought that was hilarious because it's like the exact opposite problem people have around here, where you are desperately trying to keep your house's foundation dry. Oh, it's like you need a reverse sump pump. You need to pump the water out of my basement and sprinkle it onto your house. New flower crowns on PTR for trading posts, and they're cute. Oh. I'll take a look. Oh. We have, did they announce trading post proper yet? Do we have a blog post? Let me see. Because we're a couple days out from April. And we're still, oh, no, it's just a web post. Oh, those are cute. New flat here. I'll link it in case anyone's like, wait, what, huh? Added you PTR trading post. I like that they're less chunky. I feel like the reason I don't like wearing a lot of the current flower crowns is because they're very bulky. That is a little bit less chunky. I still don't know if I'm gonna wear it. I don't know. It's more wearable. They're cute. Something about a flower crown is just extremely 2012 Coachella to me, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just not a vibe I ever clicked with. Same thing with the hats. I feel like some millennial women went through like a hat phase, and I missed the hats. Like I can do a ball cap. But like the rimmed round hats. You know what I mean? I don't know very many hat words. I was thinking of ways I could be more descriptive, and I was like going through my brain, and I couldn't think of any word that wasn't literally hat. Hey, time to do something new in this delve. What's next? Oh, is it just the boss? Antinorian slain. Oh, I need to... Can I have like a shortcut? I killed a lot of stuff in the front half, and now I'm back here. Try an Aussie style brimmed hat. I have one of those. I don't know if it's Aussie style. I have like a hiking hat that's wide brimmed and vented, and it's like an outdoorsy thing, and that's for like fishing and hiking and stuff. Hello? Oh no, I don't think they're talking to me. I think I guess I'm gonna have to start clear trash. What is the extra button? Summon a Void Walker. It says Summoning 101, summon a Void Walker from the realms beyond, but binding and controlling summoned creatures will be covered in Summoning 102, so I don't know if it's a good idea. Partner, big fan of bucket hats. I think they look cute on some people. I had a bucket hat phase when my hair was super short. I would wear bucket hats with my buzz cut just to kind of keep the sun off my head. And also, I felt cute. And it was. I had like a denim one with like a flower embroidered on it. And... I don't know. I think it's too big. I think it's too big of a bucket hat. It's a good brim size for keeping the sun off of me. But I think I look a little bit like a Smurf or something. I mean, that thing killed somebody. Should we do something about it? Should we avenge them? Here, let me scroll up and see what question you asked. Watched your raid guides. Why'd you cover all the bosses except for the last? So the last boss of Voidspire is up now. I did cover that one. Illyria does have a guide. It's because they don't test the last bosses on PTR or on beta. So I don't have footage of them until the raid comes out, so I can't make them ahead of time. They take a while to make. And if I don't have footage, I can't do it. It looks sick on some people, but I look ridiculous. I should respect this mob because it slayed Ben Flaws? I can't really see with my raid frames or my things. I can't really see who died. Somebody. The Stomp Clamp Hey era of music 2009 to 2014 or so inspired some interesting hipster farmer fashion choices. Very, very Lumineers, Mumford and Sons coded. Doc Stigall, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Had to watch the Illyria guide for story mode because the breaking shield thing on stage 1 confused me. Yeah, there's like a lot of shields in that fight, and some of them you break with silver arrows and some of them you don't. And that was throwing me for a loop when I was doing it. Okay. I get like a nice buff. I would love a shortcut to the end, please. I can't stealth or anything like that, so I think I'm just gonna mosey my way on over there. The gravestones can be seen by other people that are doing the delve, and it's not wildly clear to me what the limitations are on that. Like, I've seen people, I think, from other servers. I think, anyway. Yeah, this person was from Mal'Ganis. So, I don't know. But obviously, it's not everybody that's ever died, because that would be ridiculous. So there must be some limitations. I do know that if it's like a guildie or a friend, it seems like it's more likely to show you that one. Like, if somebody you know has died at that spot recently, chances are you were going to see their gravestone. Or like the mob that killed them or whatever. Makes for fun moments when you can snip people on Discord and be like, yo, is this you? Yeah, the silver arrow graphic is visually, it sucks. It needs help. Even when you fully know and understand what it does, it's still kind of wonky to aim, especially the phase 2 one. And when you don't fully understand what it does, because there's 2 silver arrows and they work in different ways, and you're looking at the graphic being like, okay, what's this one gonna do? The phase 1 graphic is like needlessly confusing. It's in 2 pieces for no reason. It should be one big line. I don't understand why it isn't. Anyway. It's a strange choice, especially given that they have otherwise done a really solid job of making raid mechanics well communicated visually. Yeah, the silver arrow in phase 2 is different from the silver arrow in phase 1. The arrows in phase 1 just originate from a point, pass through the player, and it's a straight line and that's it. And you're just trying to hit the big ads with them to break the shield, and otherwise just not people. The silver arrow in phase 2 bounces through a bunch of people. It's going to target a bunch of people, and it's going to go bing, 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 and trying to figure out which direction it's going and who it's going to next and what the path is it does show you in the graphic, but it doesn't have like arrows on it like you would expect it to. You have to kind of look at where you're pointing in relation to where other people are pointing, and in a hectic fight, it's hard. And that's the arrow that you're trying to line up on the Undying Void Spawn ads to break their Umbral Tether so they can die. It is confusing. Running delves nullets. Apparently a friend of mine found multiple of my ghosts in the same delve, sent me a message. You had a party, didn't invite me? Oh, the worst fear of the perma appear offline player. They'll know I was here. Bright Eyes, thank you for the 4-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hope you're having a lovely day. Hello, thank you very much. All the mess in the ground, it gets very difficult to see the phase 2 arrow paths. Yeah. I spent our first week at Raid trying my best to, first of all, not really understanding the bouncing of the arrow, because I didn't at the time understand it was different from phase 1. And then secondly, trying to hit the wrong ad altogether. I heard break the shield on the ad. I was in phase 2. I saw the simulacrum had a shield, and I'm like, good, I've got it. Nope. It's not what you need to do, but like it's understandable how you could come to that conclusion when you're trying to learn it on the fly. Anyway, I'm glad I made the guide because now I understand that one, and we can do normal Illyria. I'm a little worried, not worried, but I'm interested to see what Midnight Falls is like, the second boss in March on Quel'Danos, because I haven't seen it yet. I won't see it until we fight it. What is it, next week? When does it come out? Next week, right? You make those mistakes, so we don't have to. Dragons are next, which I'm a bit worried about. We're on heroic dragons now, and they're tough. They are hard. The heroic changes aren't so much the problem. On heroic for dragons, you have to rotate 2 groups to soak the gloom, which is fine. It's not too bad. It's just 4 people each. And then it's mostly just like a numbers thing. Like, it's just hard. It was a hard fight on normal, in my opinion. This? Oh, that's a different one. Through a Blade of Darkness. Returns to the thrower. We are normal dragons. Normal dragons walled us for a bit. We did Dream Rift Dragon first. We did Heroic Chimeras before we did Heroic Veilgore Nezarec, and I would say Heroic Chimeras, not a cakewalk, but easier, and he has great loot. I would say if it's up for discussion in your guild, I would gun for Chimeras. Oopsies. Ow, I just hurt myself with that. I would gun for Chimeras because he has tier chests, he has great trinkets, and he is probably easier to kill. Not, again, not like a complete pushover. It's going to take some doing, but easier than Veilgore Nezarec, IMO. Did normal last night, got walled on dragons, granted was practically leading a pug group. Get an X-ray night, hit a DPS while missing a bunch of people, yeah. Antonorian, where are you going? Come back! I hate doing 11s. They're not hard, they're just long. I do them very cautiously, I guess. Maybe I should try to pull bigger and then they'll get hard. But in the War Within, these were my least favorite way of getting Myth Crests. I often just didn't do it because it felt so much snappier to just get them in keys instead. And I appreciate that there's a source of them if you want to play solo. It's nice that there's an option, but holy moly are they slow. There's a little bit of a theme in... And maybe they just want to give people time to, like, I don't know, target Demi for a while and enjoy their rotation. But I feel like there's a bit of a theme in Midnight of, like, things that aren't dangerous to you but just have a lot of health. Things being kind of bullet spongy. And you're just sort of whacking them for a while, hoping they fall over eventually without having a whole lot else to think about. And it's not that exciting. Maybe they really want to give people time to practice their new rotations. Relaxing, not fast to run. They're kind of chill. That's valid. Myth Crest from Gilded Stash, tier 11 guaranteed drop. Yes, as long as you have the correct amount of Delver's Journey. If you are not Delver's Journey, what is it, 5? 4? If you're not Delver's Journey 4 yet, you're not going to get any Myth Crest from that stash. Yeah, there's target dummies. And then there's Lord Antonorian. Oh, for crying out loud. Heavens to Betsy, my guy. Worked up my gilded stashes. You can get more, I'm pretty sure. I think. If you keep doing 11s. There we go. So that was my first 11. That was my last Shadow Enclave story, which I appreciate. Valera leveled up. Thank you very much. Have fun. Hey, you know what? I wasn't in there for 45 minutes. I've only been streaming for 38, and I felt like it took me 15 to start. That actually wasn't that bad. Okay, so here's the Gilded Stash. 5 Myth Crests, 10 Hero Crests. Unfortunately, I am capped on Hero Crests. So I've got veteran ones anyway. Another one of these things. Lots of these. I'm gonna have so many of these, like spinning libraries and forges and stuff. Oh, Arrow, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. My Bountiful had champion bracers. Oh, another curio. Gotta remember to use my curios. I was getting duplicates on my ult because I hadn't gotten around to using my main. And then there's the Nemesis box with some companion XP. So Valera hit level 36. My Valera's level 36 now. Some of the high level Prey and Delve content gets this weird mix of insta-kill and root. Sucks if you don't have easy access to dispels. Yeah, I noticed that. I guess I play classes that have root breaks. There must be some classes that don't have anything, right? As a priest, I can either spec into Fade Root Break, or I have my Gnome Power. My Hunter has Master's Call, or Disengage can Root Break as well. Cracked Keystone Quest? Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, I'll get that done eventually. Unless I want to look for a pug key. I don't know, maybe it could be fun. I'll never know if I don't do it. I don't want to do any more delves on this character because that was her last restored coffer key for the week, and I do not have it in me to do bountifuls without, or delves without a key. Most classes have one. If you need it every 20 seconds, can be rough. Because, yeah, I noticed that with the prey boss, the one that has, like, the totems that root you and stuff. No power. But yeah, I use my gnome racial as a get out of jail free all the time. I love it. It's so good. I wonder realistically. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to just try one just to like find out if this sucks or not. Like a 9? Maybe a 10? We're in Archon dungeon healing. I need to re-up on my flasks. Blood Knights and... I have some Shattered Suns. I need some more Blood Knights. Do you have a least favorite dungeon boss? Oh, I started typing dungeon boss. Surprisingly, no, I don't think so. Oof. Maybe just like... Maybe I don't need those. Maybe I don't need those. No, I don't think I do have a least favorite boss so far. Can't buy dungeon bosses on the auction house yet? What's up with that? Kelsey, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. So, which ones am I missing? Basically, I don't need Zenus, Terrace, or Pit of Sauron. Anything else on like a 9+ would be nice. There's Skyreach. That's Terrace. 12 is too much. There's a 9, Seat of the Triumvirate. Competitive. Oh, they got a healer. They haven't done a Skyreach either. Watching the Earth and Lightning Shield go around that torrent at different speeds and it's bothering me. I wonder what item level people are. I know what my score is a little behind because I'm like missing stuff, so that might make it hard for me to get into stuff. We can try. That's a Mysara. 258 unmade. Yeah. Yeah, it says 250. I'm 258 as well. I'd love to do a high-ish key in a key I don't have yet, even though it's a little spooky to do it without my friends. Can you get hero crest from delves? I'm pretty sure I would have just gotten some from the 11 that I did. It looks like you can get hero crest from tier 11 delves. Champion crest or delves 7 to 10. So you have to do 11s to get hero crests. Got a 260 mage regularly finishing 10s. Yeah, I'm doing 10s no problem with my friends. I'm just wondering if it's hard to get into pugs. +2 dog alts, welcome. I would also accept a 9. There's Windrunner Spire. A little afraid of that one. Oh. I got into a Mysara 9. Okay. Mysara is in Herondor? Question mark? That's Blinding Veil. That's Dream Rift. Zolomon? It's in Zolomon. There we go. Okay. I feel like I should say hi. I'll just say hi. H-I hi. Once I joined a group, and it's probably a coincidence. It probably has nothing to do with it. But once I joined a group, literally just said hi, and they booted me. And I was like, wait, what did I do? Like, I swear I wasn't being weird. Someone posted in Reddit, Gold World quests are back? Yeah, they probably just got like a friend online or something. Like usually that happens when they just are ready to replace. Yeah, have a buddy come online, exactly. But at the time I was like, wait, it wasn't me. Confirmed gold is back. Saw a few 1K ones. Ooh, like that. I could see myself, because I only have 2 characters, I could totally see myself doing Gold World quest rounds on 2 characters for gold making. When I have 10 characters, it feels like, well, I can't do all of them, so why would I bother? Which is a fallacy, but anyway. You friendly WoW player kick. I mean, I don't know. Some people don't. Some people don't want to talk. Where is the entrance? Here we are. Does anybody need a help summon? Are people here? Mysara, they're largely in. One person isn't. Stuck with a +2 despite having Keystone Master because I've been running others. That's exactly what I'm doing too. I've been running everybody else's key. I'm fine with it though. I'm going to switch to a crit flask for healing. I have a couple of... Yeah, we're looking good. Let me get my cute mog on. Tiger milk. Tried listing my own +2 key and no one applied. Couple normal dungeons for quests. One of them had a really irritable tank. None of us said anything to him. He just screamed into the void. 2.5k Raider IO. +2 keys still. Alright. The first boss is the one where you have to stand in the... I'm going to turn sound up a little bit. I'm nervous now because these aren't my friends. I'm sure they're friendly, but I don't know these people. Trying to remember what's going on with stuff. Kite the phantoms. Like, I'm a good healer. I'm just still learning some of these dungeons, and if I haven't done it on a higher level, like this one, I may not know all the mechanics. But I think I got it. I think I'll be okay. Woo! Make even better prepared for your friends. Exactly. I just kind of want to see if this is fun. Because if it is, I'm enjoying healing keys. I wouldn't mind doing a couple of extras here and there. Oh, somebody else has the hard mode Last Man too. See how far they're going. See where they get to. I don't really know who to, PI. Nobody yet. We haven't really gone big. I also don't have my damage meters up, so I can't really see. Oops, that guy's dead. Old aggro or something. Oh, also, I didn't, use my... There we go. My coach's whistle. You gotta pick somebody to coach. A little spike here than I'm used to, I'm not gonna lie. And they're dead. Lady Danielle, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. We're doing these. I'm playing Holy Priest. Holy Priest. I never, ever, ever play Discipline. Personal preference. Appreciate you and your videos. Aw, thanks, Danielle. Seems like an easy season. It is. This is my first time running with not my normal group, though. Curious to see how it feels for other people. I've heard that tanks are dying a lot. And I did lose them once already. I don't know anything about this player and what their gear and experience is like, though. They feel a little... I guess I'm used to healing a Brewmaster monk. He takes very, like, steady damage. This is very spiky. Yeah, this is a pug for sure. This is a pug, Mysara 9. Who would you PI in this group? We've got an LA Shaman, a Devourer, Demon Hunter, and a Feral Druid. I don't really know my PI things because I usually just PI Flabby. Good for Devour. Who do you guys think likes Mastery for my Emerald Coach Whistle? Haste lets them get more uptime. Okay. I'll, I think... Let's do this. Assuming he's pulling aggro. He must be doing damage. He's pulling threat. I'm gonna start my Halo a little early because I'm expecting this, the elephant. I've never gone this way before. Paladin Bull, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Haste Mastery, go ham on them. Alright. I'm coaching. In Raid, Flabby was getting PI from me, some PI, I think, from our other priest, and I gave him Emerald Coach's Whistle, and we were looking at the logs, and his logs got invalidated because he got too many buffs from other people. Apparently they can throw out your rankings if you just get too much, like, PI and, like, I guess other, like, trinket buffs and stuff stacked on you, which I thought was so funny. Like, we could effectively grief him by buffing him too much. I moved my Emerald Coach Whistle to somebody else, and I think that fixed it. Pretty rude. Oh, there's somebody in the cooking pot. Kobe Sanctuary, thank you very much for the 16-month resub. Hope you're having a great weekend. Going around the eagle. No, 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 don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. No! I just had thread. Let's see what we can do. Spell. Luckily, as a priest, I do have a get out of jail free. My consolation here is that nobody has started flaming me. I don't think this is I think this is going fine. I don't think anything that's going. I think there's maybe a little bit of messy tanking going on, and I just appreciate that it's not being there's no projecting going on. no one's mad. We're all just doing fine. But sometimes, you know in the back of your head when you're healing, regardless of if it's your fault, as soon as something goes wrong, you're like, ah, geez, somebody is about to flip their frickin' Trisket. Somebody is about to throw the Pop-Tart out the window. Get their bagel bites everywhere. Yeah, no, I don't think it is either, but if you've ever healed pugs, you know that sometimes that doesn't matter. If anything, it's good practice healing burstiness, and also I'm really spoiled in that I'm used to people keeping aggro. So it's good for me to practice recognizing when aggro has indeed been lost. Okay, okay, okay. They're using defensives and stuff. I wonder if they're just maybe a smidge under-geared. That bleed really does trug. Yeah, we have clicked on the agree to be nice button. I want to use CDs, but maybe in the next pack. Perhaps it should have been this pack. I think our poor Devourer is just pulling aggro. I think he's just ripping. He or she. Or they. Ripping threat. I don't want to use a ton of cooldowns when there's only 2 mobs left. Also, the orb mechanic always reminds me of just having like a giant rotating like snot bubble that you're trying to wipe on someone else's shirt, which is gross, but like it's the visual that sticks with me. Okay. Starting my 12 tour, did all my 11s. Plan is to get 3K. Okay, here we go. Nice. On the Devour. Are they going to do the thing? Please do the thing. Close enough. Oh, can you stand in front of it? Does that work? I always just stood in it. I'll check chat when it's over. Okay, so they did it the old-fashioned way. I was stand in it, yeah. It seemed to work. It didn't seem to kill them. Alright, one boss down. Whew. This is exciting. I'm definitely more tense than I normally am. There is more of a possibility of failure, I would say. See what kind of pull they want to do. I'm going to PI the Demon Hunter and see if they die. I don't want them to die, but sometimes things happen. Sometimes when I PI Flabby and then he immediately rips threat and then dies, I'm like, did I grief him? I try not to do it like first global. Because that is borderline griefing. This is malicious assistance over here. Snap caught a hazelnutty stream. Hey, how you doing? I'll get. Man, I'll get this one. I'm helping. Flabby plays a Dark Iron Dwarf Shaman, and he's really good with his Dark Iron Dwarf racial at cleansing like the worst debuffs. He knows exactly what the most dangerous debuffs are, and takes them off himself like instantly. You'll be ready to dispel him, and you'll be like, "Wait, where did it go?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, it's Flabby." Just Flabby things. I mean, if I could get like 9s and 10s done, just like in pugs, I wouldn't mind filling out the rest of my little card. Getting a little rating, getting a little mount or something. Pretty sure there's a mount. Please don't die. I don't really want to give you wings. Pardon me. I would love to MD those shields, but I don't think I have a global for it. Maybe. It's kind of too late now. I do know there's shields in some area in the world that like kill you when you MD them. It might be later in this dungeon. I think it is actually. Because they do like a little raid damage when you dispel them. So if you MD, it's like... Mounts look great this season. Remind me what they are. 2 mounts. 1 mount, 2 colors like last season. Yeah. Silky Kitten, thank you very much for a pair of gift subs. Appreciate it. I'm doing a spell myself. Oh, yep, there we go. PI man, he's got aggro. There we go. I'm not dispelling anything. You can't make me. I don't want to do it. Bird model. First boss of the dungeon you're running. I know I literally just fought it. Dispel one of them, maybe. Yeah, ow, it does hurt. Something hurts anyway. I don't have a lot of cooldowns up. It'll wander into something. There we go. Alright, okay. No, mana's almost never an issue. You have to do some real crimes to Uma Holy Priest. If they're using their procs correctly. Which I try to. We do pretty good. I was getting some 90 parses last night. I was happy. That's how I entertain myself during right. We getting some purples? Getting an orange here and there? Healing parses are like BS. It doesn't matter because it's less objective than a DPS parse. You're more likely to parse if you're under healing, or like if your group is under healing, or if I don't know, people are standing and stuff, like, it's a little bit less ethical than TPS parses. But it's still fun. Still fun to try to crank. Always a fun puzzle trying to figure out where in the fight your cooldowns fit so you get as many uses of them as possible while also not just, like, massively overhealing. So I'm not meant to be mounted. Healing while moving can be a real challenge. And it comes in certain points. Is one of the hard things about dragons is when there's an overlap where there's a dread breath happening, kind of on top of a gloom, kind of on top of like the void tether where there's ray damage when people are snapping their void tethers. And you're also running from your void tether. So there's like a ton of damage going out, but like I can't stop and heal it because I have to snap my own void tether, otherwise I'm never getting out of it. Awful. Terrible. Because I don't have as many instant cast heals as I used to have. I need to get a little bit better at making sure I have like a halo running before that even starts. Excuse me, hold on. I'm coming. Wait for me. I don't remember what this boss does. Hopefully it comes back to me as I'm fighting her. Oh, you kite the phantoms into each other. That's right. I wonder if I just haven't had to do it because I'm healing. Okay, next time that happens, we've got Halo. I think it's probably lucky this mechanic does not pick me because I don't think I have a good enough grasp on geometry. I think I would be looking at the paths of two mobs and be like, so this one left Boston at 5 in the morning and stopped by Starbucks. This one is heading to London. It's trying to make it there for lunch. When can they FaceTime? How's Holy Heal in the season? I actually love it. I was so scared after I saw how much they pruned, but I'm really enjoying it. Oh, need my hands, need my hands, need my hands. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh. Do not drink. Hydration dangerous. These are also the mobs that I need to not mass dispel. Mass dispel bad. Single dispel's fine. Hands-free hydration needed. I need a little straw, like a hamster cage. Holy seems intimidating. Might have to give it another try. It made a lot more sense to me after I read through Jack's guide and then I watched his video about it. Automatic Jack did a YouTube video that helped me a lot. Just kind of helping understand. And it echoed a lot of the things that were in the written guide, but where your healing comes from, how to maximize it, how to be mana efficient. Making sure you're using your big buttons, you're getting them back as often as possible, you're using your procs correctly. You want to be kind of farming Surge of Light procs. Oh, okay. We're just going to health pot. Most of the time you want to use them on Prayer of Healing. It's kind of like a funny thing, because sometimes you're spamming Flash Heal to farm your procs. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, well, I'm going to come back up. It's okay. Oh, oh, I'm standing in the wrong spot. That's my bad. They're coming down that way. I just thought those were like random. Yeah, let's try and run back. Did a bad job dodging that. I've never like closely looked at that mechanic before. The warrior is over there. We're not pulling that bound defender. I've never not ran to the top, I think is what's happening to me. I guess on a higher key level, it's probably not that reasonable to run to the top. I learned something today. I just thought I was getting, like, sniped from the heavens by, like, karma. What did I do? Morning, all you fabulous humans. Good morning. How are you? Okay. Big boss time. really know much about what's going on with this one. I don't think it has a lot to do with me. We'll see. I've been targeted by crushed souls. I don't really know what to do about that. Just spread. Oh yeah, this. Forgot about this for a second. Oh. Gotta remember I can still heal. You feel like you wouldn't be able to heal during that, but you totally can. And he's dead. Nice. So I finished my cracked keystone quest. We plus 2'd that 9. Let me see if I don't think I got loot. I think 2 pieces of loot went out already. Yeah. I got some myth crest, which I needed. Appreciate it. And I'm going home. Not a lot of words said. Glitzy, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. I appreciate it. Also, Pickles919 had a 58-month while we were doing that key. Appreciate it. Are you okay at moving through obstacles, healing at the same time? If so, how do you learn? I think that's just practice. I think once you've played, you just play a lot, and you get the healing into your muscle memory so that you don't need to think about it as much, and then you have a little bit more bandwidth available for moving your character. I applaud you for playing Priest as anything but a Drakthir. I can't be a lizard. I love being a gnome. Back for the 3rd Murloc stuff you can't pay. Nice. Love your YouTube videos. Hi. Well done. Fun to watch. Congrats on timing the key. Thank you. It was good good score for me. I didn't have a Mysara yet. That puts that up to a 9. Puts me up to 1600. Vault looking not too bad. I'm going to get more keys done with my friends later. I have enough crest to recraft my weapon. I am too scared to do it. I want to see confirmation that whatever bug that was has been fixed before I go ahead and start recrafting, so I think I'm going to leave it alone for now. That was pretty easy. I'm tempted to do another one. Worst key of the season is Seed, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm scared of that one. Might be pushing my luck if I try to do more. There's a bug. Oh, I don't like it. I need a hero next so I can throw all of these champion. Look at how many champion necks I have. I'm wearing 1. I have an additional. Is that it? 4? I have. Wait, that one's not a neck. That's a trinket. I have 3 extras in my bags. That is fully 2 more champion necks than I need to have for 2 specs. Those are Shadow Priest, Haste Mastery, Crit Versus. So these are Shadow Priest gloves. So this is my Holy Priest set. And I equip my Shadow Priest set. And then I put on those champion gloves and I can save those to my Shadow set. I also need to upgrade them. Now if I quit my Holy set, what kind of boots do I have on? Oh no, I have hero boots. I can get rid of my champion boots. Do another before? You've had your fill for the day? That's true. I don't know. It's kind of like a Jack in the Box. You know, you're like, I'm cool to keep turning this handle, but at some point something's going to explode on me. It's like, do I risk taking another one? It could be good, it could be bad. The NPC has 2 heads, you could use 2 of them, but not 4. I'm going to get up briefly and take a short break, and when I come back, we'll figure out what's going on. Does the sleeping dog increase watch count? Could leave this on my second screen all day. I figured I wanted to put something on my BRB screen. I think, unless another key jumps out at me as just being an incredibly good idea, which I think it does not, I'm gonna play my hunter for a bit because I want to keep gearing her up in delves. And she hasn't done her delves there this week, so I think she needs to do like a little bit of weekly stuff to get just to get the rest of her keys, because she's done some prey already. This is my hunter, my Harrinear hunter. Not to be confused with my 4 horde or my 4 alliance hunters. Hello there. Hi, Average Teacup. How you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome back. I was debating while I was gone, what level of key, when I get the rest of my keys, what level of key do I really want to do on my hunter? I need 3 more keys anyway. She has hero bracers and a hero belt from delves, one from vault and one from the map. Okay, so she could upgrade those with some hero crests. Hero crests are gonna come from 11s. She doesn't have any myth stuff, and she's not likely to get any myth stuff, so maybe she doesn't need to do myth crest for 11s. I was getting my hero crest from nightmare hunts. I'm not getting a lot of them from nightmare hunts, but it's still probably faster than doing 11 delves. She also doesn't have that many pieces of gear to upgrade because she's only getting 2 of them per week. Snuck into a +9 key with a 500 score, healing OP. Nice. I was thinking maybe my score was why I was having a harder time getting in. Like, people can see, oh hey, she's timed some 10 keys, but not this one. might have been holding me back. So this character is 244. What she really probably needs, yeah, is we need a ton of champion crests. So doing 8 delves, I think, is probably best. We can, like, I can juice up a hero piece, and it's not the end of the world. But I think doing 8s is good because she's still got 1, 2. Oh my God, her chest piece! She has a 183 breastplate on. Whoa. Yucky. 1, 2, a couple of pieces that are still adventure or worse that need working on. Let me look at World Quest. Good grief. Nope, gloves or belt. That's not gonna work. Oh man, if I can get a champion chest out of a delve, imagine what that's gonna do to my item level. Can't get into any 9 to 10 keys as DPS with 1500 IO. Nearly 22 time 10s get declined 99% of the time. DPS life, yeah. I wonder if people are just trying to search for like really specific classes to fill like the last spot of their group or whatever. They just need a blank for blank buff or whatever. 100 plus DPS for each posted group, yeah. Got a hero piece out of a delve this morning with a beacon? Nice, yeah. I need to use a beacon. Actually, apparently I have 2 of them, although that's not going to do me a lot of good, is it? I need to use a beacon. So I'm going to do an 8, and I'm going to use a beacon. That's going to give me a hero piece. And we'll just do that and see. Yeah, no, she hasn't done it yet. She hasn't done any delves this week, which is why I'm kind of confused. Also, you know what I should do, actually, before I go there, is stop by Sultherals and do it just for the key. Apply relentlessly, find guildies if they're online. Yeah. Yeah, no bloody tokens. Not something that I do much of. So this is for Arcana. If you're doing Sultherals on an alt, yeah, fortify the runestone's perfect. Okay. So the other quests aren't really necessary. You really just have to do the runestone thing. Flew by the final stage. I didn't have the quest for it yet. Cheese it, play a meta class, even then it's toss-up. Let's see here. This one looks like it's brand new. Do I have the stuff? Nope, not really. We have 2 of them. Yeah, I think pugging as a DPS would just be difficult for me. Even if I totally understand why I'm getting rejected from groups, I would still have a hard time, like, dealing. Wonder how many more recolors of the Murloc decor we're gonna get, the Murloc plushies. I will take, like, infinite of them because I have that plushie shelf in my office, in my WoW house. And right now I have a bunch of copies of, like, the same one. And I need it. I need more. So annoyed that every loading screen teleport causes your pet to be put away. Need at least 10,000 more. Beanie Babies, WoW style. Exactly. And I refuse to mess with any of the shop ones, so this is what we're looking at. That is a little annoying, isn't it? Oh, there's somebody here. Here, let me charge it 3% so somebody can see that I'm trying. Oh no, they left! Wait. Oh no. I missed it. Barb's tank to Inksy's office. I haven't. I'm kind of thinking that... Also right now it's Shrimp's tank. Barb got moved. Barb is in Barb's vacation home for the moment. I kind of am hoping that if I just procrastinate long enough that Blizzard will add an actual, like, a piece of aquarium decor, some kind of glass box. Because making one out of stuff, I feel like, is going to be really annoying, and it's not going to turn out exactly the way that I want it to. I don't know that Blizzard has any plans to make an aquarium decor, but I'm really hoping that they do. I have all the plushies in my kitchen. They're currently in stew pots. Oh my god. Speaking of this tank, though, last night I got confirmation. I have one survivor. I have one shrimp who lives. I was very happy to see him out and about. He is hiding during the day because I don't think he knows that Barb's gone and is no longer hunting him. I think him or her. I think they survived on account of being very good at hiding. So I have one shrimp left to enjoy. Shrimp homie lives. I'm trying not to get too attached because sometimes shrimp die. They're kind of like bugs. There's not a lot to them. And it's normally like I keep a colony of shrimp kind of thing. It's not normally like a here's your singular shrimp. But that's what I've got right now. And I will get more eventually, but not until I'm like good and ready for them. I can ask if they were named. One of them was, I'm pretty sure she got consumed. I'm pretty sure she became a gourmet meal for Barbara. So I'm choosing not to name any more of them. On account of my emotional health. Cute tutorial for an aquarium. It was so good. Instantly made me think of you. Good morning, Dougie Fresh. Things are going pretty good. Pretty good. Got a big day today. I got stream. I got to end a couple minutes early just to get Kira to the vet for her monthly shot. And then I got a news video to make. I got to figure out what the news is this week. Like, what's the hot topic? What's the hot goss? I've never said hot goss in my life, and it kind of shows. Random piece of veteran BOE mail out of a delve. Oh, nice. Keys, race to the world first. Keys being, like, easy, I feel like, is kind of a topic. I can probably talk about that for a while. Pocket Project, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Appreciate it. I guess the race. It's so hard for me to cover that because I, A, don't really know what's going on, and B, I'm not that invested. I understand Limit killed Illyria last night because I briefly saw it through another monitor. The race is controversial. It's just, like, for what, though? Like, I know we care. I'm just really struggling to relate to it. And I think it would be very rude of me to be like, this is what happened, who cares, when a lot of people obviously care. That would not be very emotionally intelligent. Limit? Years ago? Yeah, well, I don't know. The guy with the dogs. I don't watch a ton of race. Druids like me suffering threat issues when tanking. My guild is going for race to world last this season. Oh, it's fair to be honest about how you feel. Yes, but it's also sometimes tactful to consider whether your feelings are adding to a conversation or just dunking on things for no reason. Not everything needs to be expressed. Race to world last. Amir Derso was actually such a banger video. talk about the summoned critter thing. I should mention it just because I talked about it as a tip last week. No, Barbara's fine. She's... Oh, bless you. Barbara, I evicted her from her tank to a temporary vacation tank while she's waiting for the big tank to be ready because she was hunting the shrimps that I had in there with her, and I got really attached to the shrimps and I didn't want any more to die. There's one survivor in there, and I want him to live if I can. So I left him in there, and I moved Barbara to another tank for the moment. She's fine, but she's on vacation right now. She's in timeout. She was just being a fish. She wasn't doing anything wrong. It's my own fault for thinking that she was going to get along with them. She did for a few days, and then she was like, "Wait, they're delicious. What if these friends are also food?" Park likes her space. I think she's gonna really like the big tank once it's ready. It's just taken its sweet time cycling. I thought for sure that I was gonna have a good head start in the nitrogen cycle because I could seed it with filter media from my existing cycled tank. But I think that the bio load of the tank that I have that is cycled is so small, and I didn't move I moved some filter media over, but I didn't want to crash that cycle, so I didn't move all that much. Like a third of it at most. And because of that, I think it's not as boosted as I wanted it to be. There's been like one little fish living there for a year. There's not a whole lot going on. So I'm just waiting, and every like couple of days I'll test and I'll see if it's ready, and it's not ready. It could be a while longer, but it's giving time for the plants to grow in. It takes forever. If you have like a stocked tank and you can seed it with like a good amount of filter media that has like a good colony of nitrifying bacteria on it, then you're like A-okay. But well, this filter is technically cycled. It is not cycled to support very much. New delve. Talk about 1205? Didn't we talk about 1205 when they announced it last time? I feel like I did that video already. There is a new delve. I don't know how much there is to say about it. I have not done any Mythic Plus on Ficus. I don't plan to. I was not going to do any raider dungeons on her. I was going to have her just be in delves and prey. Do you need to remove nitrate? Yes. I do have plants. I keep an eye on it, though. And water changes, weekly water changes. Not huge ones, but all of my aquariums, I just do a weekly water change between like 10 and 30% depending on the tank and its needs. Although now that I'm keeping shrimp, I'm going to have to stop. Normally, the way I re-add water to a tank is I have literally like a pasta colander that like sits on top of the tank, and then I just dump water into there from a bucket, and the pasta colander like kind of diffuses it so it doesn't like go push everywhere. But I think the shrimp maybe would not care for even that much disturbance, so I think I'm going to have to pump it back in via airline just so that I'm not doing it all at once. But I'm having a shrimp moment. I was reading shrimp memes. I was scrolling shrimp forums. I'm into shrimp right now. I'm having a shrimp moment. I'm going to do... What did I do? What did I get? I have still 300 of those. Oh, I didn't open the bag. That's why. There we go. There's a copper key. Random Retro, thank you for the 68-month resub. Good morning, Hazel. Hope you're having a good Friday. Good morning. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. We have abundance up? We do have abundance up. Let's go do it. Used the live bacteria before. I have, like... I feel like it won't hurt. I'm a little skeptical about the degree to which it will help. It's one of those things that they sell for aquariums that I'm like, are we scamming? I don't know. A little bit of it actually came with the emergency tank that I bought to set up for Barb. So I did use it because it came with the thing for free, but I don't know if I would buy any of it. It'll be ready eventually anyway. I just got to be patient. It's hard because I'm not patient. What kind of shrimp? Cherries. Yeah, cherry shrimp. Neocaridinea? Is that how you pronounce it? Cherry shrimp anyway, just reds. Shrimp is amazing. They're so fun to watch. I love fish, and I also enjoy fish and want to have fish, and I'm looking forward to eventually having a betta in that tank. I want, once the 5 is really like established and filled in, and it's got some plants and it's got some biofilm, I would like to have a shrimp colony in that tank. It's a whole thing. But yeah, shrimp are just fun. I want to have some next to my desk here so I can kind of watch them while I'm at my desk. Abundance? I mean, I can just do it solo. I'm always telling people that you can do that. Thanks for the drops. Cheers. I have a kitten named Shrimp Boat. Shrimp Boat is an insanely cute name for a kitten. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, my pet's dead. That is the best. Used to breed and show them. Wow. I used to have bettas and I loved them, which is why I want to do them again. In my past, I had relentless issues with fin rot, despite using fully cycled tanks, 5s, 10s, planted, water changes. Like, I could not figure out why my bettas kept getting sick, and then I finally got one that wasn't getting fin rot, and then it got a tumor. My plan this time is to use my 10-gallon, keep an eye on the parameters, and to not do a long fin betta this time. I feel like that's just asking for it. I never had sharp stuff in the tank. Like, I swear I did everything, and I continually fin rot. It was driving me nuts. Anyway, I'm gonna try again. Love to have an aquarium again someday, but I have a dog that has cat software, and I'm afraid of how interested she would be in it. You do much of the March of Quel'Danas prologue campaign quests? No. I should have, and I didn't. I haven't really been doing that. I'm kind of halfway, not even halfway through it. Still bothered they haven't fixed the men pet revive keybind issue. Yeah, I have separate keybinds for them. I know it used to be one. Or used to be able to get away with using one. I feel like I'm doing a pretty bad job. I don't know if I'm going to get 900 on Alloy here. I need to get some Java moss. Or Christmas moss, or both. The aquatic plant selection at the stores that I've been able to get to in driving distance kind of was a bit iffy. I think maybe I just need to find it when they get their shipment, but I'm going to have to be that person that calls them because it's so far of a drive that I don't really want to go if they don't have what I want. Goldfish in my rain barrel? Raccoons ate them all. Aww. Yeah, tasty raccoon dinner. Lily, thank you for the 40-month resub. I'm sorry about your goldfish. I love goldies. I don't have any. I'm not prepared for that big of a tank. I thought I was, and I'm not. But I love seeing them whenever I'm at the fish store. I always visit them in the tank. You can mail order aquatic plants. It's about $150 to get them shipped. I checked. I was looking into that. Because there's a great aquarium store in Vancouver, and you can get stuff FedExed, and it's about $150. So like, if it comes to it, I can do that, but woof. And there's also the risk that things die in transit. Beautiful babies, mango and pineapple. Yeah, that's crazy expensive. That's just the shipping. That's not the plants. The plants themselves are like $15 each, which is again also crazy. I feel like there's been a lot of inflation and a lot of costs that in the last 5-10 years that have really added on to all that kind of stuff. But I also find it's really nice having an offline hobby and something to chill with and do with your hands and monitor that doesn't have anything to do with the outside world. It's very nice to have sort of like an analog distraction, and I really enjoy my aquariums for that. Local aquarium cub, super geeky, can get free plants. A lot of those things operate via Facebook, and I can't be on Facebook. I can't tie my real name to my face. It's just not safe for me. There probably is a club. I think it would be difficult for me to protect my identity and also join it, especially when these things are kind of like half online, half offline. I would need like an actual in-person in. Alright, we have enough keys to be getting on with for now. I could use a few more key shards, but we'll get them from somewhere. Maybe more prey. But I have some plants that I got last time I went out, and if I can just... They're not Java moss, I do still need some moss, but if I can take good care of them, and if they can do well, and they grow in, then I have a supply of plants for more tanks. It's me with building terrariums. Get fish from live aquaria in California. Shipping is a lot, but the fish are great. Yeah, I would be looking at Canadian sources. I don't think shipping livestock across the border right now is a conversation that's worth having. It's already expensive enough just to get stuff from Vancouver. Good luck with your hobbies either way. Thank you. I'm super enjoying. I was so happy last night when I came into my office before bed and I found my single shrimp chomping away, eating off the filter sponge. I was so happy that he's alive, or she's alive. I think it's actually a lady, but I've been calling him a boy because I thought he was a boy, but I don't think he is. Can I do an 11? I don't think I should. I think I should do an 8. Let's do it. I haven't named him. I don't think I should. I think the risk of shrimp death is still too high for me to name and get attached, but I'm already attached. Being dubious when a friend started a reef tank 20 years ago, had live rock shipped in. You end up, aquarium people spend money on the most insane things. You can drop so much money if you want to on like, not just like the fancy rimless tanks and the CO2 injection systems, but just like rocks and wood and dirt. You want to see expensive rocks and wood and dirt? You get into aquariums. Holy moly. It's crazy. It's so expensive. It's heavy too, so if you're getting it shipped, it's even more expensive. It's nice if you can forge stuff yourself, as long as you can get it cleaned up to your own comfort level for the tank that you're doing. Had problems with snails, despite not putting any plants in there. Snails can reproduce a lot. Shrimp can as well, if you have a colony. Given that I have just one, I don't think I'm likely to get a lot of shrimp babies out of them right at this time, but eventually I would like to have an established shrimp colony, along with maybe a snail or two. I do have a snail in there. I have an air ant snail in there. They're doing fine. They're rooming around. Snails are basically like the robot vacuum cleaners of the aquarium world. Introducing random rock dirt wood can bring bad things into your tank. It is important to clean it. I do think, and maybe this is just my naivety of not having crashed like a community tank yet or anything, but sometimes, I don't know. You want to be careful because it's a closed ecosystem, but there's some people, I think it's valid to do whatever it is that you want. I think there is an acceptable level of risk with that kind of thing. I think a lot of things will fall into balance if they're managed and kept an eye on. In terms of stuff like that, I think sometimes people freak out about things more than they should, and I think that the industry takes advantage of that by charging you $50 a rock for something you could have found outside. Anyway. It is worth being careful. It makes me so nervous when I hear about people boiling rocks, though, because they can explode. You can die. Please be excessively careful if you are going to boil rocks. You see it all the time with like camping and survivalist people, is they'll use like random rocks they found just by fires. And when they get hot enough, there's like little pockets of moisture that expand and make the whole thing go pow! And it's dangerous. It's super, super dangerous. I don't have a treasure chest bubbler. I do have, in a different tank, a sponge filter that runs off of an airline. So there are bubbles, but they're coming through a sponge, not a treasure chest. Popcorn with rocks. Why do people boil rocks? To sanitize them for use in an aquarium. I think that you can get away with just scrubbing them with water really thoroughly and no soap. And then what's more important is having a vague idea of what kind of rock it is and whether or not it's going to be adjusting your water hardness. You can use an acidity test where you drop a little bit of a mild acid onto the rock to see if it fizzes. You just don't want anything that's going to be massively swinging your hardness. Aquariums love aquariums. Have a 36-gallon freshwater heavily planted tank. Do you keep fish in it, or are you just doing plants? And if you keep fish, what do you have stocked? I have a 20-gallon long that I'm cycling that I'm very excited to stock. that I've recently planted. And I'm still figuring out exactly what I want to have in it. My hunter pet has died. That can happen with poorly built concrete fireplaces and pits. The concrete can explode. Yeah. Bizarrely enough, bleach is actually fairly safe to use on aquarium equipment as long as you are not... Like, obviously don't pour bleach in an aquarium. But chlorine can be... It evaporates, it off-gases. It can be largely rinsed off, and it can also be treated with a dechlorinator. You have lots of ways to neutralize chlorine, which is basically what bleach is. Yeah, exactly. Bleach, rinse really good, prime, I think you're golden. Maybe let it sit out to dry, air dry, if you're nervous about it. 20 long is my first tank. It is a nice size. It was my first, like, kind of big, basically bigger than a 10-gallon tank a few years ago, and I thought I was going to go bigger this time, but I chickened out and I got another 20 long. I saw one on sale and I was like, ooh, oh no, here we go again. I think I wanted a pistogramma. And then maybe like a little batch of Harlequin Resbora or something. Yeah, I love Narrate snails. I'll always have them in my tanks. The Rose Quiver I'm pretty sure was Trading Post. I need to make sure I'm not over clearing. That's what happened to me last time, and I ended up having to fight a lot more stuff than I needed to. Dwarf Cichlid's so fun. Last time I had a Bolivian ram, and I loved him. He was so cool. And I thought about getting another one of those. I could do. But I figured if I wanted to do something similar but a little different, like an Episto Cockatoides or something would be kind of cool. And hopefully still like hardy enough for... Like, I'm not doing RODI water or anything. Finished my interview. Think it went well. Nice. Gonna schedule a wine and dine me trip to Portland and Salem, it sounds like. Listen, if they must be interested if they're gonna show you around. Miss my fish tank. Don't miss the work. I need one of my kids to get interested. Yeah, definitely some maintenance involved. Awesome. 1 gallon looks like an old PC monitor. Oh, sea monkeys. Nice. I was like a tiny bit nervous when you said 1 gallon, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then you said sea monkeys, and I'm like, okay. That's actually sick. I had a sea monkeys phase when I was a kid. I was obsessed. I had multiple generations of them once in just like the little sea monkey thing that came from a toy store. And I was so sad when... I feel like... I don't remember what happened to them, but I was sad when it was over. But I also one day had a nightmare where I realized that they were actually like little squishy bugs, and I was like, oh no, they're gross now. Like, I just got the ick in a dream. Yeah, sea monkeys are brine shrimp, exactly. They're super easy to hatch. I tried hatching them to use them as, like, kind of fun... Well, I don't know about fun, but, like, betta fish snacks. And I had a harder time keeping them, actually, in my adulthood than I ever did as a kid. Did you get them from the back of the comic book? There is a toy store in Victoria, or maybe it was in Sydney, that I went to as a kid. My grandmother got me a sea monkey kit, and I loved it so much. I was a little disappointed that the comic was not accurate to real life. I felt like the marketing for sea monkeys really outstripped the reality, but the fact that I could have like a live pet and care for it, I was so diligent. I was in there with my little pipette bubbling it to like aerate it or whatever. I don't know if that actually did anything. 3 times a day, you're just going, wah, 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 like making the little bubbles happen, being like, I'm oxygenating it. They had the accessories, remember? There was literally a little bulb necklace that was jewelry that was intended for you to bring a brine shrimp with you to school or whatever, like to wear it as an accessory. I don't think I had that, but do you remember you could take them for like walks? In hindsight, not necessary. But like, sea monkey watch, yeah. Terrible lie, those humanoids wearing crowns and stuff. Got to bring home the broken sea monkey kits, had them for a few years. We gotta stop talking about them or else I'm gonna want to have sea monkeys as a 32-year-old lady. No, I missed that, yeah. Propagating a few glass bottles of bioluminescent algae. Neat watching it light up at night. That's cool. Is it marine? Is it saltwater? Baby grandson, I bet he would love them. Next purchase will be a castle. His mother would stop talking to me. Anyone remember the Sea Monkeys TV show? That I do not remember. That's funny, though. They were part of the heads. The absolute marketing. I want to know the story of like how it started. I want to know when some person was in an office in like the 80s or whatever and was like, you know what we can sell? You know what's super cool? It was probably some like marine science nerd. Cool bits of driftwood, large shells. I have a bit of driftwood. I have a bit of wood in each of my tanks. 2 of them have Mopani driftwood, which is from Africa. It's like a 2-toned wood. It's nice because it's usually not too like sharp. It's great for weighing down and attaching rhizome plants like Java fern and Danubius and whatnot. Lets off mild amounts of tannins if you're looking to get a little tannin boost to your aquarium. And pretty readily available. Fluval sells it. So I have that in a couple tanks. I've used that over the years. Not so much shells. Rocks, for sure. A couple pieces of rock here and there. Always thought driftwood would float in the tank. It does at first, if it's super, super dry. Once it's completely waterlogged, it will sink. I am like really just, oh, careful. I am really sleepwalking my way through this. And it's not good. I'm a little farther through the dungeon at least than I was. I'm gonna remember to use my map and stuff. Vaguely remembered seeing a YouTube video that discussed advertising the back of comic books, mentioned the sea monkey thing, can't remember what channel it was on. Inventor Harold von Braun developed the hybrid brine with a marine biologist to ensure they could survive shipping. Oh. 62, that's well, not ancient. My apologies to anybody in their 60s. Wow. I'm the space in my craft room just for a tank. This isn't gonna end well. Aquariums are like a tough hobby for newbies. Because so much of the struggle of aquariums is very front loaded. A lot of the education and a lot of the difficulties and a lot of the maintenance and the work is super front loaded. Getting a new tank cycled and stable is awful. It sucks. It's hard, especially if you're new and you don't really know what's going on yet, because not only is it not as easy as you thought it would be, but there's a ton of misinformation around there, or like out there. Pet stores and websites will tell you all kinds of crazy things, like just fill your tank up and leave it for a week. Like that's gonna finish the cycle. And then they'll stock it with fish and wonder why they're dying. And like a lot of people give up early because there's a lot of pitfalls you can fall into early, and it's kind of a science-y read early on. And it can, especially if you want to do everything right, it can be like 2 months between setting up your tank and actually getting fish, which is a long time when you're really excited to get fish. Yeah, it's like a completely contained ecosystem, but I wouldn't want to scare anybody away if they're interested, because it's super fun. It's really cool. And no matter how much you think you know, there's always something new going on. There's always something that you're Googling, like, wait, why are they doing this? What is this thing? Yeah, sometimes fish die, and if you are like an anxious kind of person like me, that can be really difficult. I used to stress. I still do, as evidenced by my panic 2 days ago when I realized my shrimp were getting eaten. But like, I was so stressed my first couple of years because things can go wrong, and that people will charge you a lot of money to like for the solutions. And when it feels like your pet is in danger, you'll do anything. Yeah. Balancing having the tank close enough to the sink, but a super sunny room when the algae was insane. Needed a lot more education on how to balance that. Yeah. I think even if you do everything perfectly, most tanks go through some wacky algae waves in the first year or two. Like, it just takes a while to find balance. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Come back, come back, come back. I feigned death, but my pets didn't feign death, so my pet needs to die. I need to reset him. I didn't use my map. I didn't summon Neleus. Can you reset, please? Oh, I wonder if I can reset him by just running really far away. Delves are for 1 to 5 players, so you can do them in a group, you can do them by yourself. I think a lot of us do them solo. Alright, I'm very far away now. I don't know if I've reset or not. I think, okay, I think he's reset. I'm gonna res my pet. No! No, thank you! I don't want to die. I do have deaths available. I could just die. And that would reset it, and then I could probably do my thing. I don't want to finish this delve. Had to treat a sore and a Garami pulling out of the water, applying drops. Oh, that's hard. Is it possible to reset it? I mean, here. Let's go. Woo! Here. Let's rest my pet. Make sure we're not, like, in combat. If he shows up, I'm just gonna have to kill him, and I'm gonna have to use my map in a different delve. I forgot that's why I was here. Alright, we're using our beacon. Tank with water and land, fish and turtles or bugs or whatever. People do it. People do it. There's YouTube videos of that exact thing. It's very cool. It's not something I have a lot of personal experience with, though. I'm trying to remember the word for that. It's one of the ariums. There's paludariums, there's ripariums. It might be a riparium. Like an ecosystem that includes both underwater and above water. I love that message. Skinks might be the word that you're looking for. That might be less likely to get you flagged by Automod. Okay, so we fought him. We got our thing. We got our map. We're using the map. Now we can go fight Lord Antinorian. Oh gosh. No, you're fine. I know what you meant. You're totally fine. It's just funny. What kind of hero piece do you think I'm gonna get? I would take pretty much anything that's not a bad trinket. I would love a chest piece. I am big in need of a chest piece. Yeah, the Del trinkets aren't that great. The drum is okay. Pray for a chest piece. I have a 183 chest piece on right now. It's not even adventure track. And I'm being too cheap and lazy to like actually craft something or, you know, fix it. So we're just doing this. It'll drop. It'll drop one day. Keep hearing streamers talk about getting all new trinkets. The game seems really keen on giving you a lot of trinkets. I noticed that dungeons were giving out a ton of trinkets. Delves were also giving out quite a few trinkets. And it's a bummer when it's not one that you need. It's great if you're, like, I feel like my main got good trinkets pretty early just because the game gave me, like, a shopping cart full of them and was like, here, pick whatever you want. But, yeah, when you're trying to get other stuff, it's kind of annoying. The loot pool is really deep. Yeah, it would be better if trinket quality. If the balancing was closer on them? I don't know. I have no reason to think it's not close. I just see a graph and I know which ones are up and which ones are down. I don't know how far apart up is from down. Do you think it's to encourage crafting? Nah. I don't think anyone thought about it that much, to be honest with you. Never assume 40 chests when it could be just an accident. Vault choices were disappointing. Aw, hit or miss, yeah. Yeah, my hunter had 3 vault options. 2 of them were bad trinkets. So I took the third one, which was a pair of bracers. Alright, we're gonna get a champion piece and a hero piece. Also, we're getting Valir leveled. Yeah, I know you can teach your pets to play dead. I just never bother. I never get around to it. I'd rather complain about it twice a year than go to the Hunter Hall and, like, figure it out. I'm recovering from a broken shoulder doing physio. So uncomfortable, but I have to do them. I know that. Oh, it sucks so much. You're doing good, though. You're pushing through it. You're investing in yourself. You're going through some discomfort now to save yourself a lot of discomfort later. Yeah, let's open all the little ones. Oh, look, a dining table. Wow. I was going to say I didn't have that one yet, but nope, I had 4. That was the Tamani dining table number 5. Those are veteran warbound cloth shoulders. Okay, so my bountiful chest, which is my champion piece, has ugh, back piece. Completely worse than what I'm wearing right now. I did get an epic curio. My hero track piece. Drumroll, please. A belt. No! Oh, I have 2 pieces of hero piece gear, hero track gear, and one of them is a belt, and I just got a belt. Me, but with helms. Alright. Let's get out of here. Is it nice looking? I think it's literally the model I have already. It's not warbound, no. I got a soulbound. You know what? It procced a socket. It's the same belt I'm already wearing. It did proc a socket. It's not a complete wash. It's pretty close, though. Oof. Here, let's go back to town so I can upgrade it. 248, still rocking 180 gloves. Yeah. You don't get a whole lot of hero track gear if you are refusing to do keys and raid. You get 2 pieces a week. 1 from vault and 1 from your map. The hero gear from Delves is only from your weekly map. Otherwise, it's all champion loot. This is a Heronir, yes. Heronir Hunter. I like her a lot. Yeah, she's cute. I had this upgraded already. So here, let's just send it all the way. I'll even buy a gem. I don't think I have main stat gems. Hunter, BM Hunter gems. One indecipherable Eversong diamond. I can stick it in that belt. I'm unlikely to get a better belt in this character. Sure. And then maybe like a... the rest of mine are kind of bad. So I kind of don't want, like, super good ones. Let's just buy a cheap one, because it's for champion gear. You don't know. I need 2. So let's get one of these. One of these. Hairnir could be Alliance or Horde. You can choose either faction. Okay, so we're gonna put the Eversung Diamond in the hero belt because it's not going anywhere. And then I have a couple of other pieces that have sockets that we can dunk a couple things in here. There we go. Crying out loud. Alright, let's do another bountiful. I don't need to worry about a map this time. You only get 1 map chest per week. I could get a champion piece. It could give me a chest piece. That would be great. Got Keystone Master recently. None of my loot except for my weapons are hero. Grinding 1 dungeon forever is the only way to really farm for hero gear. Yeah. Tempted to make one, but it'd just be another warrior. I mean, if it helps your decision, this is my 8th hunter. I have 7 level 80 hunters, and instead of leveling any of them to 90, I made a brand new one and leveled that. You know that. You've been here. Let the alts be with you. Sounds like fun. Yeah. Very Hazel. Why use an old hunter when a new hunter would work? Hi, Scarlet. How you doing? This expansion, I'm leveling a pack of druids. A clouder of cats. Don't feel so bad about all my mages, no. I'm not even a hunter main. I'm a priest main. I have a couple of extra priests, but not nearly as many as I have hunters. Hunters are just so fun to make. Also, I saw a rare. Hang on. Hold up. I don't have any rare drop mounts for any of the zones. And I will never get any if I don't stop for rares when I see them. Nice having a variety. Hoping I can get enough 90s to push the 25% XP buff. Have 1 so far. Yeah. I have 2, but I think that's where I'm staying for a while. How are you? I am doing alright. Oh, I'm like, what is this achievement? It's for community coupons. Buying in bulk. Collect 1,000 community coupons. Alright, let's see if I can do this any faster than I did the last one. I'm gonna give myself a little food buff. Oh, that one's duped. Maybe a little weapon oil. Not surprised you have so many hunters. Hunter leveling's fun. Hunter main 100, but 3 priests. 390s lost a bit of steam. Need to finish off Sojourner. Yeah. It's slow getting other characters up to max level. And for me, I'm a little bit nervous to do it because I feel like the more characters I have at max level, the more burned out I'm going to end up. If I feel like I really want to be doing prey and delves and all that on a bunch of characters. I think 2 I can really handle. 2 is manageable. I think more than 2 and I might cook myself a little bit. Heron your hunter? Tempting. Okay. Haunted weapons. Rack of haunted weapons can provide powerful assistance in combat. Duly noted. make sure that my Valera is using... We've got Entropic Chris, Cry Subjugation. Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. Main, alt for professions only. Got seriously burnt in the War Within because I felt like I had to do everything every week in all of them. Yeah. You probably got a lot of resonance crystals that way. I never finished getting everything for resonance crystals because I didn't do stuff with my ults. This feels like the dungeon. I miss kill shots sometimes. Oh. I know you can use Valera's health pots to heal your pet. I should be pretty cautious here. It's still an 8. My pet is not that sturdy. I'm running a ferocity pet, so I do have leech. Pink unicorn from Eversong Woods would really suit your hunter. Funny pulling huge packs with Moonkin at 80. Need a bit more XP. Getting murdered by packs of 3 comparatively. I heard that Moonkin's really strong. This definitely slayed somebody. Let's try it. I don't know why I don't have Growl on my pet farm. I just want to be able to see whether or not it's on. There we go, it is. Hunter Pet's been getting one shot a lot. I am also having that experience. Anyone else reading Armani instead of Amani? I always think the healing absorb UI looks like a Louis Vuitton logo print. It's giving monogram. Couple of Horde alts, couple of Alliance alts. Have them do 10 of their whatever weekly. Convert shards to keys. Yeah. Hazel killed Neleus yesterday. Why is it easier to heal Valera as a damage spec instead of a tank? I've heard tank Neleus is much harder than healer Neleus or DPS Neleus. His tank buster that he only uses when fighting a tank class player apparently is very dangerous, and by comparison, if you just fight him as a DPS, he doesn't do that. Frustrated with decor patterns that are supposed to drop from Delve. Yeah, there is nice music in here. I agree. I feel like I'm doing a lot just doing delves on 2 characters. I feel like my Valera is higher level now than Bran ever got at this point in the season for me. I wasn't even doing my mains bountifuls last expansion. Right, let's see if we can there we go. Healing it super easy, very, very slow. Need to heal her enough, but not so much that you pull aggro off of her. Interesting. Yeah, I did it as Shadow, and that was very slow too. Pretty easy though. Got it done. At level 70, you can, I think, level wherever you like. You can stay in any of the Chromie times all the way to 80, or you can go to the War Within. I think it's up to you. Wild as a Resto Druid, all I did was keep my healing dots and she just killed them off. Easiest fight ever. Yeah, compared to the Nemesis of the first season, there isn't really a lot going on there. It's a bit underwhelming. I'll take it, but... So many of the nice game systems weren't changed, so we can feel comfy starting out instead of overwhelmed and confused and hiding. Is it crazy that delves were only added last expansion? They feel like they've been around for so much longer than that, but there were no delves in Dragonflight. Delve maps aren't as interesting, like doing them more, because they feel more integrated. Hmm. Oh, like the new delves? I like them better. I like that I'm not juggling candles and wind totems and like stompy boots and stuff. I felt like the first season delves were a lot more like annoying mechanics that weren't difficult but were just fussy. And these ones are more like single player dungeons. They're less gimmicky and I like that. Spent too much time reading the discourse. This made me grumpy. Need some good vibes. Hey, you came to the right place. We only occasionally discourse and we were occasionally grumpy. Probably less so than Reddit. The candles were super annoying. Yeah. It was just busy work. It wasn't like complicated or difficult. It was just wonky. The Mirror Story Delve is controversial for sure. I also like it, but I think the only reason that I like it is I got a boatload of heads up about it from people. I had a ton of warning that it was going to be a thing, so I paid way more attention. I think that if I had just tried to autopilot my way through it like I do most delves, I would have been capital C crabby. Oh yeah, that's right, underwater delves. Thank goodness we're not doing that. How has Mythic Plus healing changed? I can only speak to my own spec, which is Holy Priest. It feels very different. It feels pretty good. I don't have as many buttons to use, but it's still important that I use them correctly. I feel like they managed to make a spec that's interesting to play without just using like a ton of keys. Reminds me of the Spirit Temple from the old Zelda game. Yeah, in a high enough key, I'm not bored healing. And I feel like I have the tools to kind of get through a lot of emergencies. In a low level key, I'm bored silly. But that just means you need to do higher keys. Precise still twitches thinking of that Delve boss from Aj Kahet. Quit doing Delve solo with her in the War Within. Might have to fight a little bit of extra stuff here. I think that healing, and I'm only speaking for me, I'm interested to have other people chime in, a little less hectic. Because I think that the dungeon mechanics that you're dealing with as a healer on top of healing are a little more straightforward. I felt like, if I'm remembering back to the War Within and I was healing dungeons, I'm remembering healing Operation Floodgate, and you're healing the pair of bosses with the bombs and stuff, and you're trying to keep track on, do people have enough health for a dispel? Are they positioned for a dispel? Are they coming for me? Do I need to get a dispel? And also healing through an emergency at the same time, and it was just so much. Whereas now, there's like spicy healing to heal through, and there are mechanics to do, but I feel like I don't need to be watching 6 things at once. I'm watching like 2 things at once. Any of the non-Midnight Season keys. I did the other dungeons as a 0. Because they're not seasonal, we can't do them as keys yet, so I don't know what they feel like at a harder level than that. They were interesting, but they weren't challenging enough for me to find out what the scary parts are. Highest key I've done as a 10. Damage was spicy, but not like impossible to heal through. I felt like everything was manageable. And we still have a lot of gear left to get to. Thanks for streaming today. Aw, thanks for being here. I don't know how high we're gonna get. We'll see. It'll kind of depend on what people want to do. Once you have 3K, I don't feel like there's a lot of other gameplay incentives to push farther than that. It'll just be a question of if my friends feel like it's fun. No, you're fine. You're talking about like Pit of Sauron and Skyreach and stuff, right? I did a Pit of Sauron on a 10. I haven't done Skyreach yet. And honestly, I forget the other two. Algothar's Algothar. Algothar's not that different from what it was. It's fine. It's maybe a little better. Probably because I'm not playing an Evoker this time. I'm not getting myself absolutely murdered on the bird boss by zooping myself into a thing that I shouldn't have been touching. I haven't done a high Skyreach yet. I'm curious about that. I'm mixing up my keybinds. I pressed my cheetah because I was on the same keybind as Fade and I meant to use my Fade. Yeah, I played original WoD. I started playing the game in Wrath. So I've been playing since then. New Pit's great. We need to refine Pit a little bit, I feel like, my group. We only did one run through it. We did time it, but we're still kind of getting a feel for how much trash we need. And even though I felt like we spent forever pulling trash in the beginning, we still didn't pull enough trash in the beginning. I don't know where we needed to get more of it, but somewhere. So it just needs a little bit of work. The bosses are fine. My least favorite delve, happy with delve selection. My least favorite one is the Amani Labyrinth one with the levers. They can't make me like it. It's my nemesis. Alright, I'm gonna open every other chest except for the one with the loot. We'll do that last. I've not tried survival or marksman. I've heard marksman's really good. I am beast mastery. I always am. Stuck in my ways like that. Come on, chest piece! Come on, chest piece! What the heck? It's a trinket. No. I have champion trinkets. No. Oh dear. I don't even know if it's good. I have a feeling it's not. Let me look at my bisque here. I am item level 245 on this particular character. This is my alt. She cannot get rid of this 183 chest piece, and I refuse to craft. I need it to drop. I'm too cheap to craft. Let me look at the trinkets list on Wowhead. I'm seeing a lot of not delve trinkets on this list. Lost Idol of the Heshe is B tier. Currently I have a Crucible and a Librum. Hang on. Crucible is not on the list. Librum is B tier as well. So I think I'm replacing my Crucible with an Idol of the Heshe. Sure, yeah. I'm just checking Wowhead for trinkets. It's Fleebo! Thank you for the 27-month resub. Appreciate it. Hey Diva, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you're gearing up for a killer weekend. Alright, I have time for one more delve. I can't get unlucky a third time, right? Soon this time nonsense is over. Morning, Ujai. How you doing? You have me for about 25 more minutes, which is basically one delve, because I gotta leave a smidge early today. Kira's got a quick vet stop today. We're doing Sunkiller? Sure. I actually don't mind Sunkiller, I don't think. Third time's the charm? What you sipping on? Little water. Brita filtered tap water. It's good stuff. Oh, by RNG. I'm getting terrible loot on my hunter this morning, or on my hunter this morning. I used my delve map. I got a duplicate of the hero piece I already had, despite only having 2 hero pieces. And then I got a trinket, and then I got another trinket. It's not good. It's not going well. Yeah, it's alright. I did a pug key on my priest this morning, actually. That was exciting. We did a Mysara 9. With strangers. Scary. Spooky. Sick, getting better. Thanks for asking. Glad to hear you're on the upturn. Being sick sucks. It's that time of year. In Hazel news, I have 1 shrimp confirmed alive in my tank, and I am perhaps more invested in them than I should be. Pugs scare me, refuse to go that route. They don't frighten me as much as they used to, but they still make me a little nervous. Alright, we're doing an 8. Shrimp won the battle royale. I just need to be patient and accept that I can, one day, over time, develop a nice little cherry shrimp ecosystem by my desk. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not how this works. Shrimp is bugs. Shrimp is cute bugs. Shrimp use little shrimp hands, go, ow, 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 ow. The way they eat's very adorable. I also enjoy how they swim. Shrimps is my pet bugs. 10 shrimp, I feel nothing. 1 shrimp, the chosen one, right? It's taking everything in my being not to name this one. I feel like naming it is to jinx it. Timeron, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Raid team had a 1% wipe on Imperator. Oh, brutal. I think we might have had a 1% on Imperator too this week, actually. No, not Imperator. Voracious. Different boss. Still brutal though. Did I get him? No, I need more stuff. There's 1 down here. There can only be 1. The Highlander shrimp. Timorand. Name her Ashara. There can only be 1 Ashara. Perfect. I'm so cranky about the dragons fight. I think I was just in a bad mood. I was just in a bad mood, like just independently of the world last night, raiding, and I was just like feet up on my desk, healing, like cranky. Still trying to learn how to manage my feelings. Still watch your guides. Please tell me the next boss is easier. So after Imperator, what difficulty? Normal, heroic? Void Spire, Imperator. So you're going to Voracious. Voracious is less complicated, but still a little bit of a numbers check. So depending on how geared your group is, you may find it easier and you may not. Heroic. Voracious Heroic definitely stuck us for a minute. The only real heroic change is that you need to use 2 bugs to break each wall, but it was a big healing check. We had a hard time healing through it. When he's summoning the bugs is a huge raid healing burst. Quite a few of your streams didn't even realize I got a free sub with Prime. You win. I'm very honored that you picked me. I am healing. I've been healing my guts out over there. Well, Holy seems good, which I appreciate. I was gonna play it anyway, so it's nice when it works out. Oh. We're stuck on Twin Dragons Heroic right now. We will see if we can get it next week. Out of Control 28, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. I'm so flattered. I know that my sub count is gonna fall off a cliff because the Support a Streamer event is over. And I'm prepared for that, and I've accepted that, and I know that's how that works. But like, every just like normal sub that I get, or like a new one that I get this month, is kind of like helping ease that sting a tiny bit. Remember not being 100% safe, you were potentially going shadow. Yeah, no, I think it's good having me heal because I have no social life. I can show up to 99% of raids, and I think I think that's good. I think they need me to heal. How high is that cliff by now? How high is that cliff? Can you give me a little bit more context? Good for any class though, yeah. It's true. But you don't wanna, you want everybody to be able to show up consistently, but if you are gonna have people show up sometimes, it is a little easier to fit them in as a DPS than as a healer or like a tank. Oh, the cliff that your subs fall off from soon. Probably about 3,000 deep. Because I normally used to float between 300 and 400 subs a month, and I think I made it up to about 33. Something like that. Forgot I had a Prime sub. You're the one I always go to watch to help with my dungeons and raids. At work. Bell about to ring for my next class. My 8th graders think it's funny. Running Twitch in the background. Well, have a great class. The Dragonflight Supporter Streamer one was much bigger. It could have been from a variety of factors. I think maybe there were more people interested in the beginning of Dragonflight. I try not to take it too personally. I still did very well this time around. I'm very pleased. Helps me with my next handful of mortgage payments and/or house bills. Everyone counting pennies at the moment. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of it. The disposable income flying around for something like a WoW pet is not what it was in 2022 for a lot of people, myself included. I didn't even get the Rufus pack. I normally do charity packs. I decided not to this time. I'm not like against it, I just decided not to do it. Dragonflight may have been bigger because Blizzard published a list of participating streamers to their site. That's how I found you. Yeah, that could have done it for sure. I think I need to go not that way. Maybe this way. This is such a vertical delve, it's confusing to navigate for me. This'll do though. I really hope I get a usable piece of gear on this elf. That would be really nice. She'll get geared eventually, no matter what, but we've whiffed a couple times pretty hard. I honestly hate this creature model. What is easy to navigate for you? Straight lines? Hallways with no doors in them? Rails. You know, you put me on a train, I'm probably gonna reach the end of the tracks. Sure, explaining it to an accountant is fun. Yeah. Having a super spiky and inconsistent income is definitely a slight concern to the bank when you are applying for mortgages. But we made it. I got my mortgage. Congratulations to me. I'm now in a lot of debt. Accountants don't really care what you're doing as long as you're getting paid and you can pay them. They are not fussed about the details. I don't think my accountant has any concept of what I do. At all. The latest double question mark with a healer confirmed brain dead. I heard that too. I need to place a singularity coil. I think there's something underneath this platform. Make people more concerned. They also don't care what I do as long as I can prove that I have earned money over the past couple of years. They want to see 2, which I didn't feel like was very many, but they wanted to see 2 years of tax returns. Just to prove that you have earned blank amount a year over the last 2 years. And then as long as you can show that, they don't really care where it came from. If your accountant plays WoW, watches your stream, doesn't mention it to be tactful. Possible? Highly unlikely, though. I did get an accountant that specialized in cross-border income. It was more important during the first year because during that first year I had to file in both countries. I no longer have to file in the States. My money comes from the States, but I don't have to file there anymore. So it's still complicated because of the source of my money, and I have to do a lot of date tracking and exchange rate tracking and FX gain loss tracking, but at least I'm only filing in one country because taxes are hard enough for me to deal with because of my anxiety. It's one of like my nemesis tasks. It feels extremely important and extremely obtuse and high stakes, and like everybody knows the answers but they need you to figure them out, but it's hard, but like you have to do it. It's like the most stressful thing ever. And then mine are just like really annoyingly complicated. But I've kind of got the hang of it now. You basically just have to do bookkeeping. I just have to learn bookkeeping. Move to a new place. Really want to move out of the US. Yeah, I never became an American citizen. And I was there for just under... There's like some 7 or 8 year rule, and I spent 7 years there, so it was only the first year out that I had to file in both. Yeah, I was never interested in pursuing my citizenship at the time. Even when I thought I was going to stay there, I was pretty happy to just stick with my green card. I am nearly finished this spell, and we can find out whether or not I'm getting any loot today. I gotta figure out what I'm doing this weekend on stream. Just about time to pick a project. Alright. Valera, you here? Hunter Pet's here. I'm ready to lust. Just about a couple seconds on Bestial Wrath. Oh, there they go. There my pet goes. Pop a damage pot too. It's funny, all the random pets that BM hunters summon, I see them and I'm like, who are these animals? Where did they come from? I've never been to the jungle. 2758 IO, 3 pieces of loot from keys. Rough. Yeah, you can get super unlucky. It can definitely happen. Are you finding loot from other sources at least, or? I know a lot of my friends are having a tough time getting hero gear. Like if you don't get very much hero gear. I guess if you're like really grinding keys, but it's very easy to get unlucky and just get it for the same slots over and over again. Dudo Nick, thank you very much for the gift sub. Appreciate it. 1-0 in raid. Vault was at least kind. Remember Stampede? Yeah. Summon Stampede at once. The lag is real. Get trinket. I think I used up all my luck in LFR last week when I rolled like a natty 98 on LFR Gaze of the Elmseer. Couldn't believe it. You're fighting everybody for that trinket. I was on the edge of my seat being like, somebody's gonna roll a 99 or a 98 or 100. And then I'm toast. Subscribe to your YouTube, new to the stream. Hello, Queen of Skulls. I hope you're having a lovely day. Alright. Let's open up this loot, and then I'm going to be leaving a smidge early today. Gotta get my kitty cat all ready to go. Alright, hopefully third time's the charm. I'm gonna open the loot one last. Sanctified spoils, some extra undercoins. Happy with those. Holy Priest in my raid team rolled 100 on the same cloak this week. Oh man. Alright. Hoping for a chest piece, or basically just not a duplicate. This is gonna be a champion piece. Drumroll! I already have a weapon. No. Oh, man. I mean, I'm spoiled. Like, it's nice to get weapons, but I have one, and that's my third one. I don't need another one. Oh, no. I nearly have all of my, I just need a few more utility curios, and then I've got my curios done for the achievement. That'll be something. Man. Are undercoins transferable, or are they still character locked right now? Good luck at the vet. Had a 15-month-old kitty get a broken hip in February. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're not seeing the vet. We're just getting an injection. She's getting monthly shots for arthritis pain, and they've been helping her a lot, so we're just popping by to get her that. Hopefully helps her feel better. I want to see. So she has 2,800 undercoins. They are transferable. My priest has about the same amount, so I'm sitting about 6k. I'm saving up for the mount, I think. Yeah, she's on Silencia. That's exactly what she's getting. Oh, Oriel, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, must have prayed more to the RNG god. Alright, I am going to wrap up. I will be back tomorrow morning, Saturday morning stream. Also, hopefully keep an eye on my YouTube channel. Fingers crossed I'm getting a Saturday news video out. That will be out first thing in the morning on youtube.com/hazelnutedgames. Check it out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!